Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 24 Draft to Glory with the Boston Red Sox. We are we are through season. We just finished our fifth season, right? I always forget. Yeah, we just finished our fifth season, and this was the first time we took a step backwards, but I think this next season is going to be that first one where we really take a noticeable jump. I mean, obviously, a lot of these jumps are due to Rule 5 type stuff and, shenanigans in that respect. But I think now we are in a position to really start using some of our own talent to make an impact. So, so we got to get started here in the postseason. And I think the first thing we have to do is hire some people. I don't know why I've got some openings. Did I just forget to re-sign people, or did I have people retire? It's a lot of hitting coaches that are gone. We'll call some people up. Actually, let's see what we have available, I guess, and we'll hire the best of the best. So available personnel, hitting coach, coach ratings. Here we go. He's elite. Give him 5 years. Legendary at development. Legendary at teaching hitting. And we need a double-A hitting coach. It's the guy we just offered to. Let's go Ricardo Oliveros. Give him 5 years. Hitting coach down here. I'm more concerned about the development than I am the teaching of the hitting, I think. That might be the wrong way of doing it, but go Justin O'Toole. And I think we have to hire, a manager? Yeah. Manager, we go to reputation, I guess, but coach ratings. Jason Haney. Yep. From a 5 year. All right, and now we've got arbitration to duel. My gosh. Okay. Let's offer some arbitration. That's a lot of arbitration offers. Not a huge surprise, given that we are using a lot of our young players, and eventually they're going to hit that arbitration number. But this is a good opportunity for us to potentially pick up some fan interest bumps if some of these players are popular. And I'm not going to go through and look and see which ones are popular, but this is an opportunity nonetheless for us to, if any of them are popular, we'll get some bumps. And I know we've got, that's right, we re-signed Cassius to a contract last offseason, didn't we? So he's not going to be an option anymore. But hopefully some of these guys are. Kevin Kelly will offer. Who's this? Brian Mata. Yeah, we'll let him go. Cam Robinson wants 3.6. Can we offer him 3.4? Just offer him 3.45. Because I knew he would take 3.45, and I don't feel like, there's just so many contracts here to offer. Jorge Rodriguez, I moved him to the bullpen at the end of the season. I think that's probably where he'll be this upcoming season as well. Zephyr John wants $5 million. He's been really good. I think we'll wait, though. Maybe we can include him this upcoming season and trade him for potential cash. Siegler, I'm going to re-sign Siegler just because of injury. I certainly don't expect him to play a role in the majors for us next season, but Kyle Teel wants 4.3. Not ready to sign him to that long-term deal yet, so will he take 4.1? 4.150. Okay, he will. It's his first arbitration number. Edison Paulino wants 1.7, so 1.6. 1625. That is a lot of arbitration cases. Marcelo Meyer wants 4.2. He wants a long-term deal as well. I'm not ready to give him that kind of money. So just offer him 4. He doesn't want 4. Okay. 4-1. Okay, that'll work. Jaron Duran. Yeah, he spent the year in AAA. We're going to let him walk. Pache and Siani. I think it makes sense to bring them both back. I mean, look at Pache's numbers last year. I mean, he actually hit the ball pretty well. And having him as a backup option in case somebody gets hurt, he's not interested in discussing. But having him available in case somebody gets hurt, I think is important. He struck out 12 per 9. He had a really good year. Wow. I mean, we got the money. We may as well. I mean, just offer it to him. Who cares? All right. So that's it for ARB. We're going to do some simming. We'll get confirmation here. All of our coaches will agree. We'll get everybody to agree to their contracts. I throw my phone around. Oakland wants to trade us Jesus Sanchez for Blaise Jordan. So it looks like all those coaches are going to agree to their deals. All right, Zephyr John Hamilton. So we get Kyle Teal. Fans like that. Fans like Marcelo Meyer, which I sort of knew was going to be the case. So does that bump us to a 98? All right. We are starting, however, to run low on, at least it looks like starting to run low on cash. Still no Gold Glove winners. It's a bit of a surprise. Reliever of the year, Devin Williams. Noah Dean finished fifth. Edwin Diaz. Platinum sticks. Any platinum sticks? Nope. We'll start to have some winners here at some point. Hey, and we win the Rookie of the Year. Caden Sorrell gets called up at the beginning of the year, and we get called up at the end of last year. A good season. Not great, but okay. It looked like it was a bit of a weak season for rookies, so we win our first Rookie of the Year. And I like that it was one of our draft picks. That makes me happy. Cy Young, nobody there. And MVPs. Did we have anybody listed here? We did not. All right, so we win our first award. It's a Rookie of the Year award. And we'll just get to free agency. Oh, nope, stop. We got to go here. I did invite players, that's right. We'll run practice with them. It was a weak class. I'll show you guys when we get to next month. But it was a pretty weak class. Okay, so Pache actually wins his arbitration case. That's not a problem. Woo-wee! Look at this guy. That is a stud, man. Nakamura looks okay. Probably a second baseman, though. Oh, pretty good class. All right. Next month, just so we can get to international. Off season. Free agents. Juan Soto is a free agent. Freddie Freeman. Gabriel. Ooh, wow. Gabriel Moreno. Wow, a lot of talent. If I was actually playing this rather than watching this, there's some good talent in there. International amateurs. So yeah, not a lot of super talent. I mean, Ibarra looks pretty good. Mendoza's got some pop. Rosario looks okay. Yeah, you can see not a lot of super high talent in this. Invite them. One pitcher. Yeah, those were the 6 players I invited. I wasn't super impressed by the talent. We may not actually even spend any. We may not actually trade anything this year. We may maybe just go after Ibarra and see, make sure we have as much. Maybe trade for like 100K to make sure we have more than everybody else, and then make an offer to him. I mean, that might be the plan. Freddie Freeman with St. Louis. Trade proposal. Thank you. I'm thinking about doing another version of this where I can't make any trades. I can play the game like I normally would, but I have to take every offer that gets made to me by the AI. So, like, I would have to make this trade and then just make it work. That might be interesting. All right, so we're at the Rule 5. Who do we have to put? Who needs to go on the 40-man that's not? So, Pache. It's almost certainly Pache would be taken. I think Brooks Brannon needs to go on it as well. He looks like he might be a good backup catching option. Yeah, he's got a good bat for a catcher. Don't care about either of these guys anymore. Enable AI promotion there. Enable AI promotion here. So we don't have any spots on our 40-man, which isn't great, but it may not matter. Yeah, it does matter. In fact, we can go 1, 2, 3. Take them all off the 40-man. And put Pino, Aaron Bede. And do I care about putting Cutter Coffee or Madug? No, I don't really. So that leaves us with a spot on the 40-man. So that's fine. Jaden Melendez. I'm going to disable. Just move him up. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anybody else that has to get put on the 40-man. Hansen can have the lock removed. Gage Wood can have the lock removed. Well, that's pretty not bad, actually. All right, let's just get into the Rule 5. Picking 14th again. Always right in the middle. All right, so what do we got? Jackson Humphreys, Min-Ho Lee, Cade Morse. These are all just starters. I'm not sure why it's just showing me the starters, but Keegan Zinn. It's all right. Batters. Connor Woods, 70 home run power, but not particularly good. Susan Rayo. Meh. It's kind of what I say to most of this. Everett Johnson looks okay. He was number 1 pick in 2025 of the Yankees, but meh. I mean, not really. Not much here, honestly. Dylan Lesko. I know the Sox are looking at him right now. He's listed as a reliever. It's very popular. Again, it comes back to the whole: do I have the ability to take people who are who spent time in the majors? Right. We're right back to that. And I would love to take myself a Dylan Lesko. He is popular. He's got that stuff I love. He has 3 great pitches, but he spent 3 seasons in the majors now with, frankly, pretty good numbers. I'm not sure what San Diego is doing to him. 3.87 ERA, 140 Ks. I'm going to take him. Cool. And that's going to be that. So we're going to get back into the Rule 5, continue the draft, and we're just going to complete it. I don't need anybody else. We are good. All right, so now we sim to January. Players designated for assignment. Sim to January. All right, so it's January 1st. We got to get into free agency. And international free agency. Figure out what I'm doing here. Scouting screen, run practice, and let's sim up to IAFA now. Trade proposal from the Marlins. No, thank you. Trying to multitask here a little bit while this sims ahead. This is how I do it. Those of you who have been watching me for a while know that this is how I do things. I tend to play and work at the same time, and that gives me the opportunity. And so while the game is simming, I can respond to a quick email. All right, so that's set. We are at International Amateurs, and International Amateurs. All right, so where are we financially? We got 4.75. Most is 5.7. So I think if we want Ibarra, we do need to make a trade. So let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. We need, let's just say 1.5. And one of the players I want to throw in there is Zephyr John. They can't afford him. They can't afford him. Who can afford him? That is in a win now. The Braves can. So Zephyr John, 1.5. And $10 million. Okay, 12.5. 15. If I remove Zephyr John. So Zephyr John actually makes it worse. That's good to know. Rangers have some money. Wow, okay. So again, if we remove Zephyr John, yeah, Zephyr John actually makes it worse. That's fine. We can give Moen Egan. I'm fine with that. All right. Complete that. That gets us the money we want. Let's go to international amateurs. Alexis Ibarra, and we'll just offer him 625. Let's go ahead and sim ahead a few days. Make sure we get him. We do? All right, cool. So we pick up Alexis Ibarra. Hopefully the bat is what it says he is, and he becomes an 80-80, but he's only 16, so who really knows? All right, so now I sim up to opening day. We'll set the rosters, and we'll go from there. So I will be back in a moment. All right, we're back a couple of days before opening day, and record-wise, we weren't great, but I am super excited about the way things have sort of played out here in the preseason, or in spring training, I guess. I should use the right terminology. I am recording, right? I am, yes. So, yeah, we finished 10, 15, and 3, but I don't care about that. We got 38 players on the roster. We got to send down 2 pitchers. That shouldn't be too bad. Schaefer. Looks like Schaefer and Zephyrjon actually had the worst. Gonzalez, a starter. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be Zephyrjon, even though we just signed him to a $5 million contract or whatever. All right, starter-wise, Cooper Dossett was really, really good, and he's gotten better. The movement and control are both up to 50. Aiden Queen's gotten better. Look at this. Potential 60, 75, 60 with 3+ pitches. The changeup actually developed. The bat has gotten better. He's going to be an absolute monster. Yeah, we got a lot of pitchers that are about the same. But Polanco had the worst preseason, so I guess he becomes the. And we're going to go right with Aiden Queen. I mean, we're going right in here with our young guys, and I think we'll set them both at 100 pitches for now. Oops. And the rest of these guys will be 110. Not that the 10 extra pitches are going to make much of a difference, but you know what I mean. All right, so what does it want to do from a bullpen perspective? It wants Jorge Rodriguez as our closer. I think it's got to be Cam Robinson as our closer, and he can be our setup man. Yeah, we moved Healy to the bullpen. I mean, he was, I can't really complain about the year he had last year, but our other starters were better. So we can send one more down, right? We can't be at 14. We got to be at 13. DaCosta wasn't good, so we'll just send him down. All right. So that leaves us at 35. So we have to send 9 batters to the minors. So Bannon got better. I think he's probably my backup. Aaron Bede will go to AAA. Let's do it this way. Blaze Jordan will go down. Pino will go down. York will go down. Arias will go down. I guess York won't go down. Yeah, I mean, we need some left-handed hitting. Romero. Blyce. I mean, does Anthony go down too? I mean, he's coming off a 22 home run season, but I don't really have a spot for him. So what does that leave us at? 28. We still have to send 2 more down. I think it's Paulino. And then, I mean, Anderson is basically Nick York, just better defensively. So can we trade him? Does anybody want cash for him? Because if we put him on waivers, someone's going to take him. So let's remove and I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine we're going to get a lot of money for him. So we can trade him for $8 million. What about 6? Okay, what about 4? Not that we need this money for literally anything, but Here, you want a 20 overall? Sure. Complete that trade, pick up $4 million. And I think that puts us at 26, right? Yep, it does. All right, so lineups. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's clear the lineup. Let's look at batting ratings. And for the first time, we've got some just elite offensive talent. So, Okoro is going to bat. Do we bat Aiden Queen leadoff? He's going to strike out a ton. I don't think so. I think maybe he bats second. Okoro will bat third. Like that. And then Neely, maybe. He's only 55 and 40. I think we stick with Kyle Teal as our leadoff hitter. 50 and 60. I mean, I could just bat Devers leadoff. 70 contact. Yeah, let's bet Rafael Devers leadoff. Let's see how that goes. We don't need speed at the top of our lineup. Batting fourth will be Cassius. Batting fifth will be Neely as the DH. Right, who do I have in center? Okay, so we don't have a great defensive outfielder. That's fine, I suppose. 60, 60, 55, 60, 60, 45, and 60, 50, 60. So that means Sorrell is going to be our starting center fielder. We're not going to be great defensively. We have three average outfielders. Man, our lineup is stacked for the first time. Shortstop and catcher. Rafaela there. I guess we got Anderson there who can play every sixth game. He'll play every seventh game there. Ciani is my backup center fielder. Probably didn't need to hold on to Pache, now that I think about it, but that's fine. Yeah, that's a really good lineup against righties. Lefties, not so much. There's definitely some work to be done against lefties. I think Queen will bat leadoff, though, against lefties. Brooks Bannon will be our starter, and Teal will start every third game. And here he'll start every fifth game. I want those two rotating, but Teal still gets the majority of the starts. All right. Neely is better against righties. Yeah, they're all better against righties. Rafaela is... All right, so I think we do this. Rafaela will come in and play center field. Queen. It's Queen against lefties. 65 and 30. Yeah, I'm fine leaving him in the leadoff spot. Devers will bat second. We're not super against lefties, but, we'll manage, I think. Yeah, I'm really happy with our lineup against righties. Not so much against lefties, but we'll figure it out. All right, prospect-wise, Beal needs to go to AAA. Dawkins is going to go to AA. Grant Gray, don't really care about him. We can just enable promotion there. Mackin has started to dip a bit, but he'll start in AAA again. Deegan, he'll start, or an A-ball. Deegan will start in A-ball. We'll call Eunice up. Haskell was our first round pick last season. He's got 40 contacts, so we'll call him up. Make him a second baseman for now, I guess. Anybody else need to get called up as of yet? Alloway, he's 23, so he should probably get called up. DSL, some decent players here, but they're not ready. What happens if I do this? Do they all still? No, they move around. Okay. All right, so we're set from, that's our first batch of real prospects. We don't have another kind of batch ready to come up. We've got some decent players in the minors ready to go. In fact, I think we're going to do this now that I think about it. It's lefties. Blyce is going to play. Blyce goes to center. Then Rafaela, I think, will go to short like that. Yeah. Yep, I think that's what we'll do. We'll move him there. All right, so let's get to opening day. All right, top 100 prospects. We got Alexis Ibarra is the second overall prospect. That's our only top 10 prospect. Cooper Dossett is 13. We have 3 in the top 20, though. Dossett and Aiden Queen are in the top 20. Prospect, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go here and see this. Second best in the majors. Yeah, it's going to change once Dossett and Queen, quote-unquote, graduate. Mackin started to slip, which isn't wonderful, but that's what you get with an 18-year-old. Where does it think we're going to end up? It thinks we're going to win the division, 92-70. I'll take that. Let's Devers on there, Cassius on there, and Queen, it thinks, is going to go 14-10 with a 3.38 and 172 strikeouts. So I will take it. Let's save really quickly. Bobby Witt plays for the Yankees now. Interesting. Juan Soto with Houston. Luis Robert with Toronto. Walker Buehler with Toronto. DeGrom with Cleveland. Oakland has moved to Austin, which isn't a surprise. They tend to move in every playthrough. And let's see how opening day goes. It's a 5-2 win. So Aiden Queen goes 6 innings, gives up 2 hits. He strikes out 7, but didn't get the start at DH. I need to set that. Yeah, it says skip DH when pitching. Oh, because I have him. Right, I have him listed as a starting outfielder. So I would have to have him listed as the DH, I guess, in order for him to start as the DH when he's pitching. Good to know. All right. So what happened in opening day? I didn't look to see offensively how we did. Neely 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Marcelo Meyer drove in a couple. Okoro hits a solo home run. And we win. So cool. All right. I am now going to sim up to the draft. So we'll see how we go. I'm super excited about this season, and hopefully it will be a successful one for us. I'll be back at opening day, or at the draft. Excuse me. All right, guys, we're back at the draft. And yeah, it's been going well. We are 55-33, currently sitting in first place in the American League East. A 6-game lead on the Yankees. We're well up on Tampa and Toronto. Yeah, and this year it's been our offense. Our pitching staff has been mediocre. Our bullpen's been pretty good. Our starters, Les, Queen, and Dossett, have been pretty bad, truthfully. Defensively, we've been pretty good, and offensively, we have been a machine. Yeah, I mean, you just look at some of these offensive numbers. Devers batting leadoff, hitting .318. Aiden Queen struggled a bit with the bat, but he's been great pitching, so I'm not going to complain. I mean, he's 4.2 WAR, and we're at the draft, so I'm not really concerned about him. Raheem Okoro on pace for almost 60 doubles, on pace for what's that, 60, 85 extra base hits in his first full season. Cassius is on pace for over 40 home runs. Joe Neely is on pace for 22 and 100. Caden Sorrell. Look at Marcelo Meyer, 21 home runs out of the 7-hole. Kyle Teal's hitting .315. Yeah, I mean, offensively, we have been so good. Antonio Anderson hitting .302. He's putting up a .908 OPS. I mean, it's been amazing offensively how we've performed. Pitching-wise, hasn't been nearly as good. We're getting some good numbers from our rookies, Queen and Dossett. Our bullpen, Gonzalez hasn't been bad either. Really, those have been our 3 starters. But look, Guernick putting up an ERA of 7.5. Rodriguez Cruz, I moved to the bullpen because as a starter, he was awful. I may have to put him back in there, but you can see 6.75 ERA as a starter. Iverson Polanco has been better this year, but now he's hurt. So I'm not sure what we're going to do there. Yeah, so our starting pitching isn't very deep. We're getting some good. Cooper Dossett was actually the pitcher of the month in April. Look at his April numbers. 44 strikeouts, only 11 hits. He struggled in May. He struggled in July so far. So he's been up and down as a first-year starter. But overall, really, really pleased with the way things are going. Braxton Beal's probably that next option. He's in Worcester this year, and he's pitching pretty well. So, excuse me, once we see what the deal is with Polanco, I may go to Beal. But we don't have much pitching depth beyond that. So we just sort of have to make do with what we have. Schaefer, Zephyr-John. Coleman Ares is somebody who's interesting. I think he's had a bit of a talent bump here over the last couple of years. He may give us some depth. But, yeah, there's just not a lot of pitching depth. Not a lot of depth, period, really, once you get out of AAA. We've got some decent talent in AAA, but that's about it, really. Diego Hernandez might give us some innings. Elvis Soto could give us some innings. Sean Dawkins was our 4th-round pick a couple of years ago. He's still hitting pretty well. Yeah, so it's just not a lot of depth. And it's not a terrible thing. I mean, our depth is now in the majors, right? I mean, Sorrell, Queen, Neely, Okoro, those are all guys that I drafted. Dossett, I drafted him. So yeah, I mean, it's been good. It's been good. It's time for the draft. And there was a pitcher that I was looking at. So we'll see if he's available when we pick at 15. Let's see. And there he is. Andy Queen. This is the guy I was waiting on. We need pitching help. High work ethic, 22 years old. We're going to say Andy is related to Aiden. And that's going to be our pick. I'm not even going to think about it. I'll show you some of the other players that are available. You got an 18-year-old Josh Springer who looks pretty good. I am stoked that he's there. I didn't think he would be. You've got Luis Caranante. He's 21, but not very developed. Wardrick looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, he's from Bloomingdale, Illinois. That's about 10 minutes from where I live. But yeah, I mean, he's ready to go probably next year, which we're going to need. So that's going to be our pick. We'll go and just quickly look at batters to make sure I'm not missing anything. Chris Baldridge looks pretty good. Dwayne Dick, if he's there with our next pick, maybe we take him. That 80 potential contact looks nice. we don't. I'm at a point where I need to start drafting by positional need, which is crazy. But yeah, I got a good defensive shortstop here. But I think Andy Queen is the pick. Andy Queen is the pick. So we're going to go ahead and draft him. Go to our next pick and see what is available now. And you guys, that I tend to lean more towards the college players or the players that are 20 and over versus going after the 17-year-old 17-year-old pitchers or 17-year-old players rather, 17, 18-year-olds. Ben Locke might not be a bad pick. Just looking at the ages, trying to find some more pitchers that might have the higher floor but lower ceiling. Not really. Yeah, I mean, this guy looks really good. 94 to 9. He's got low work ethic. I mean, he's got to think he's going to be there with the next pick, right? I mean, he's a reliever. If he's not, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, but can always find pitchers in the Rule 5 if we need to. So let's take a look at hitters instead. Still a lot of talented players here. I mean, a lot of blue in this. I mean, he looks so good, but this is the kind of player that simply just never develops. I mean, I think I'm ultimately going to take him just because those ratings are so good. I mean, he's got everything, right? I mean, he's got the speed, he's got the bat, he's got the defense, or at least the range in the arm. Not overly developed, but, what are you going to do? Like Oswald. Yeah, we'll take J.P. Heiss here in the second round. Sim to our next pick. Who do they think we should take here? Jesus Guerrero. That's the catcher who can't catch. Yeah. And high work ethic guy is great. No, he's not even a high work ethic guy. Ground ball hitter. Yeah, I don't like that. Is that reliever still there? He's not. That's fine. He's impossible, but again, changeup likely never develops. I think we're going to take Sam Westfall here, fastball splitter, 80 potential stuff. Changeup that probably doesn't develop. He doesn't have the pitches. Again, a changeup that doesn't develop. I'm seeing a lot of that here. Glenn Mason doesn't look terrible. Could give us some depth. He's got high work ethic, so there might be a bump there. Wait a second. I want to look at something. Where is he hurt? Yeah, he is. Okay. He's out for 3 months. And he was awful when he was pitching, but First two player drafts. Let's get back to the draft. Auto pick until my pick. I think we should take a Domingo Alfaro, a pitcher with a changeup that will never develop. I mean, I have changeups at 25. It might, sure. Let's take a shot at Kurt Sauer. I don't think the pitch ever develops, but we'll see. Fielding ratings. What do we got going on? We got Billy Sparks. Looks all right. Hungry. Okay. Not a lot of great talent outside of that first. I'm thrilled with the first pick. We take this catcher, John Fogle. I like that. Decent enough ratings. High work ethic. Individual pitch potential. Oof, what do we got here? Now this is the changeup that doesn't develop. Aguilera. He was 18 maybe. We got two knuckleballers. We got a 21-year-old knuckleballer with high work ethic. We're going to take him just because I want to have a knuckleballer in my system. I go to next pick. Walt Douglas, knuckle curve. He looks like Bobby Hodges is a reliever. Ooh, ugh. McHerron. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's never going to develop, but 370 plus pitches, I can't pass that up. Okay, Fregoso, sure. Next pick, let's go to batting potential again. Okay, there are no pitchers left that can hit. What do we got here? Only a couple of 60 power guys bet left. And here's a high work ethic second baseman with some decent power. I'm okay with that. Batting eye. Let's look at work ethic. What do we got here? Jamal Al-Din bin Saeed. Sure. Fairless. Okay. It's another high work ethic guy. High work ethic catchers, I think, are nice to have in your system. I don't know that they make a difference, but I like to think they do. Ronnie Richardson. He's got 70. I don't know. Everything else is pretty bad, though. What do we got here? This is bizarre. 50 contact, 80. Yeah, I mean, we can take Danny Talbert. I mean, if the gap power and the avoid K ends up coming through and he has 280 skills, I mean, sure. Well, that's a name. Hayland Strunk. Mike King, we'll take him. Let's, I guess go back to fielding ratings. Do we have any of those elite guys left that we can just take based off of their fielding? Charlie Dickerson looks okay. Not my pick, though. Now it's my pick. Infield range, Chris Lentz, sure. Low work ethic. Here's a high work ethic guy. We'll take him. I think that might be it. I think we'll let the AI finish up here. Yep. We will let the AI do the last 3 drafts. Let's go ahead and negotiate. This draft was all about Andy Queen for me. Everything else is secondary. We'll get Andy Queen starting in AA. He'll be with the team next season. So Andy and Aiden are going to lead us to the promised land. At least that's the hope. Negotiate, meet demand. What does he want? He wants over $10 million. Sure, we'll give him 12. Why not? All right, so that's where we are. So now I sim to what I assume will be our first postseason. If Andrew Queen develops, he may get a call up this year, depending on the rest of our pitching staff. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and bring in Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, put him back in the rotation, and we'll just go from there. So I'll see you guys at the end of the regular season. All right, guys, we're back. It is September 24th. We have a 5.5 game lead on the Yankees. We're 88-63. And yeah, I mean, it's our offense carrying us. Our defense has been pretty good. Our pitching staff, our bullpen's been good. Our starters haven't. We're really leaning on the 24-year-old Aiden Queen, who's given us 7.6 WAR as a rookie, 2.1 with the bat, 5.4 pitching. Cooper Dossett. It's been fine. On pace for 246 strikeouts and 167 innings. I can't really complain. We'll start with pitching. It's showing both majors and minors. Kevin Kelly's had an outstanding season for us. We moved him into a setup role or a use more often role. He had been listed only as a specialist. Rodriguez Cruz has done okay since moving him back into the rotation. Cam Robinson having another good year as our closer. Jorge Rodriguez getting bounced around a bit. He was a reliever last year. Made him a starter this year, has been good. Noah Dean has struggled a bit. He hasn't been as good this year as he has in past seasons. Polanco's been fine out of the bullpen. We called Derek Schaefer up at roster expansion. He's been fine. Dylan Lesko, I don't really have any major complaints with. Braxton Beal has struggled late. Well, he struggled really in one start. He gave up, I guess his last 3 starts have been bad. He's given up 19 earned runs in his last 8 innings. So yeah, that's how things have gone from a pitching perspective. Offensively, Raffy's given us 32 home runs. 386 OPS batting leadoff. I love it. Okoro, his first full season, 56 doubles, 9 triples, 21 home runs, 4.5 WAR so far. Myers had a good year. Tristan Cassius is at 39 and 100. Joe Neely hitting 300 as a rookie. Queen not as good offensively, but no real complaints about those numbers. Kyle Teal, his best offensive season. Caden Sorrell followed up his Rookie of the Year campaign with another good year. Antonio, our offense, top to bottom, was just fantastic. Brooks Bannon as a backup. Miguel Blyce playing primarily against lefties, gave us an 800 OPS. Ravello couldn't hit, but he could field. Same thing with Ciani, and Rafaela didn't have a good season. So overall, it's been great. Andy Queen, I stuck him in AA, 3-3, 4.14. He'll be in the majors next season. Look at his last 3 starts. That's 34 strikeouts and 5 earned runs in 24 innings. So he'll be up with the team next year. I thought about bringing him up before roster expansion so we could be eligible for the postseason, but I didn't want to potentially ruin the development by doing that. So he'll just be up next season. So we're going to go ahead and start simming through the rest of the year. Let's just go to schedule. 4-0 loss. Not a good start. Here's a 2-0 win. We got the start in this one. We get 2 hits and an RBI from Queen. Rodriguez, 6 innings of 1-hit ball. All right, well, he's making that pitch to be our third starter in the postseason. 9-5 loss. 6-3 win. Healy is eligible to come off the injured list. I think we immediately do this. He's just not getting it done, and we'll just stick Healy in the rotation. Not that he was any better either, but yeah. All right, so we win 6-3 here. Cassius 2 hits and an RBI. Neely 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Queen goes 6. Oh, excuse me. Win-loss, win-loss, win-loss for the last week. Back-to-back losses. That's not good. Okoro has dropped a bit in the last 2 sims, which is not super. The contact has gone from a 75 to a 65 just in the last 2 sims, which I'm not thrilled with. Yeah, not great. Not great. So we're 90 and 67. We have a 4.5 game lead. I think we only have 4 games left, right? Oh no, we got 2 against New York and then 3 against Tampa. So our magic number should be 1. There's a loss. There's a loss. This has not been a good end of the season for us. Come on. Finally. I think that might be the division for us. Oh, yeah, the Yankees lost a bunch of games too. So we're going to win the division. We're going to finish 91 and 71. We have the home run champ in Tristan Cassius. That wasn't a good end of the season. That leaves me pretty discouraged for what things are going to look like here in the postseason. I mean, we're a 500 club after May, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, we're basically 500 June through the end of the regular season. But April and May got us off to a good start. We win the division by 3 games. If Aiden Queen isn't the rookie of the year, I don't know what we're going to do. 7.7 WAR as a rookie. Yeah, I'm not going to dig too deeply into the stats since we just looked at them. But look at Raheem Okoro, 71. That's 93 extra base hits in 159 games for Raheem Okoro. He gave us 4.5 WAR. So I mean, if Okoro could win the Rookie of the Year, maybe we get 1-2. Maybe we get 1-2-3. I didn't even think about Joe Neely. He had a great year as well. Yeah, we were really good offensively. Is that going to be enough to get it done, though? That's the question. We were really, really good offensively. Pitching-wise, Pitching-wise, meh. It's the best way I can explain it. So we have to set our playoff roster, players eligible. Why would you not have Kevin Kelly on the... We're going to take Healy out. We're going to put Kelly in. Kelly back in here as our middle relief. Use more often. And then I think that's our rotation for the postseason, right? Are we... All right, so we're not one of the wild cards, so that's good. So we're going to go 4-man rotation. So it'll be Queen. Queen, Dossett, Rodriguez, Cruz. He should be ready to go by then. Lineup-wise, I think we just stick with what's been working for us. Yeah, so let's get to... Not a good end of the season, for sure. What, 1-5, 2-7 or something? I don't know why I'm looking at this page. So we're going to be playing Cleveland or Minnesota. So it took us 5 seasons to make the playoffs. So we got the Cleveland Guardians, 85-77. They were the exact opposite of us. They were a terrible offensive team and a really good pitching staff. Got 41-year-old Jacob deGrom. I didn't know deGrom went back to the Mets for a year. 41-year-old Jacob deGrom, Joey Cantillo, Daniel Espino, deGrom, and Chase Huntgate. Okay. Offensively what? They're led by Jimenez, I guess. Alvarez hit 24 home runs. Bregman, 35-year-old Alex Bregman, Harrison Bader. I mean, I feel like this is a team we should beat, but we will see how it goes. All right, here we go. Game 1 goes to the Red Sox. We win 4-3. A run of the bottom of the 8th. We get 3 hits from Sorrell. Kyle Teal homers. Queen gives us 7 1/3. Wins a win. Game 2, Joey Cantillo against Cooper Dossett. Series is tied as 1. We lose 9-7. Ooh, wow. Okay, so did Dossett get Dossett? Our bullpen blew it. Kelly and Dean. Yuck. Neely homers twice. Devers homers. We go back to Cleveland now with the series tied at 1. So we are going to have to win a road game here. Jorge Rodriguez against Daniel Espino. International amateurs. Let's invite some people. He's got a pretty good bat. 80 contact I'm down with. Rivera looks all right. Let's go to pitchers. Not much here. But we will invite the couple that look all. We'll invite the one that looks all right. It is not full. All right, now we can go here and we'll just run practice. All right, game 3, Jorge Rodriguez and Daniel Espino goes to the Guardians. We lose 4-3. We scored 2 in the top of the 9th, gave up 2 in the bottom of the 9th. Devers homers again, and it's our bullpen is giving it up. So we gotta rely on Elmer Rodriguez Cruz here against Jacob deGrom, and we lose 2-0, and we lose the series 3-1. And I said I wasn't feeling great about the way things were going down the stretch. That was a miserable end to our season. That's 4, 2-7, 2-8, 2-9, 3-9, 3-10, 4-10, 4-11, 5-11, 5-12 in our last 17 games. So not great. Our season comes to an end in the first round of the playoffs. We do make the playoffs for the first time in our history here with the Draft to Glory. I said before this season started, I said I thought this was the year that we would break through. We did break through. I think next season, a rotation of Queen, Dossett, Rodriguez, the other Queen, and Braxton Beal. I think that's a really, really good starting rotation. I think our offense will continue to develop, and I think we're going to be good. I think we are going to be fine next year. Sean Dawkins could be our starting shortstop next year. We'll let him continue to develop. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. So we make the playoffs for the first time. And I guess I'll leave it with this. If you watch it to the end, put in the comments section how many wins you think we're going to have next season? Over or under the 90.5 or 91.5, I should say. Are we going to win more than 91 or less than 91 next year? Let me know in the comments if you've watched it to this point. And if you've watched it to this point, thank you so much. I appreciate your support, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.